It is Friday, motherfuckers. I hope y'all are having a good day. Weekend just started. I'm excited, man. I've been waiting for this day. I'm here to drink beers and talk a lot of shit. And I'm all out of I'm lying. I got everything. I got beers. I got shit talking. I got it all right now. I'm ready to go. So, a lot of things going on in the news today. Texas Democrats going crazy, going over there to Illinois, one of the most corrupt fucking places ever. I mean, talk about political machines. Are you serious? We're going to go to Illinois where things are wholesome, said no one. We're going to go to Illinois. Really? Out of all the places you could have picked, you picked that fucking shithole. Oh, come on, guys. At least put some effort into the shit. You're not even trying anymore. You're not even, it's not fun. It's fun when you try because at least we could kind of what are they really doing? Let me think about it. Now it's like, oh man, they're fucking telling us, they're just straight out. Now, one of the big things that I've been seeing is the Texas Democrats leaving and also Trump trying to get the census in. Now, a lot of people are saying it's going to take a long time to do that, and I hear you. I understand it's going to take a while. And how's the Supreme Court going to vote? Because the Supreme Court, if we've seen it, even though we know how the left judges are going to fucking vote, we already know because they're unison. They don't give a shit. They're like, we're voting this way. We don't even need to hear the facts. We don't need to hear the case. We don't got to hear nothing. We're gonna vote this way. Now on the right, we always have to guess how are they gonna vote because we never know. They could just switch it up. You never know how they're gonna vote, and that's one thing about the right. The people that Trump has put into place in the Supreme Court, they could vote either way, and it just depends, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I mean, as long as it's good for the American people and the country, I whatever, man. Vote the way that you think. You're the judicial scholar, so I'll take your word for it if you explain it in the right way. A lot of times I've seen it and they've explained it really terribly, and it's like, what are you talking about? Like, what is this? Now, the census thing is gonna be a big one. If we could get the illegals not counted in the census, and I want to say that again. Hold on, I gotta drink to that. What the fuck is that? We literally count illegal immigrants that should not be here in the census, and that dictates on how many congressional seats that district will have. I want to say that again. We count people that should not be here that broke the law to come in, and that dictates the amount of fucking seats a district will have and represent our country. This is insanity. I don't understand how this is a thing. This should be, I mean, this should be an open and shut case, Johnson. Like, it should be an open and shut case. Fucking Supreme Court should look at it and be like, "This is retarded. I'm sorry. I don't do retard shit. That's retarded. I can't do this." It is crazy, and it's estimated that the Democrats could lose up to 30 fucking seats. That's how corrupt they are. And they're always talking about gerrymandering and gerrymandering and gerrymandering, but they always talk about it when it's only on the right. And people on the left, that's all you hear: gerrymandering, and they're cheaters. They're cheaters, bro. Look at Illinois. Look at what is it? Massachusetts. Look at a lot California. Look at a lot of these places. The Democrats are way overrepresented when there's a lot more Republicans in that area. They gerrymander just like everybody else, but it's only racist and it's only bad when the right does it. When the left does it, I mean, it's wholesome. It's justice. It's democracy. It's this is democracy. When the right does it, we're losing our democracy. Democracy is in darkness, and we're losing our democracy, and all this blah 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 blah. And first of all, we're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. A lot of people don't know that. I hope Trump's lawyers just go in there, just throws a paper at the Supreme Court, says, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is retarded. Why are we even having why are we having this session? I think it's time we stop counting these people that should not be here in the first place. Instead of counting them and giving more congressional seats to this party who is facilitating and navigating the mass migration into this country with NGOs and other fucking USAID and all this other kind of shit. How about we don't count them, and how about we play fair? Let's play fair. Let's have the board out, and let's all see our chips. Let's all see our cards, and let's all play fair. And may the best man or woman win. How about that? Is that too much? Is that too fucking hard? Is that too hard of an idea? Is that too much for people to understand? Is that bad? I really want to understand. Lefties, I really want to understand. Now, if you're talking about gerrymandering's wrong when the left doesn't, the right do it, at least, you have some moral ground to stand on, and I'm with you. I could at least say, okay, yeah, maybe we should figure that out. But when you only call out one side, that's where I have a problem. And you know, when the right says the left does it, and the left says the right does it, y'all motherfuckers do it. All you motherfuckers do it. Let's stop the finger pointing and all that shit. Let's just say what it is. It's true. Everybody does it. Every side does it. And it's time for the media to report that in a just way. Because I'm getting tired of this. Funny, one side does this, and this side does that, and that side does this. It's like everybody's doing it. We all see it. Oh, the Texas Democrats, again, they fled. Greg Abbott did have something to say about the Democrats fleeing and not doing their duties. So I really hope he really sticks to his guns and makes an example out of these people, because it is fucking stupid that they could just do that. And that's not representing their constituency. I hope that they're held accountable, because that's what we deserve from our elected officials.
Statement that you put out today to all of them in a letter to them. You said, in addition to abandoning their offices, these legislators may also have committed felonies. What is the felony? What are the penalties for this?
So very simply, it would be bribery if any lawmaker took money to perform or to refuse to perform an act in the legislature. And the reports are these legislators have been both, they sought money and they offered money to skip the vote, to leave the legislature, to take a legislative act. That would be bribery. And so the facts will have
100%.
to come out. But I think based upon comments made by legislators themselves, they face a possibility of facing bribery charges, which is a second-degree felony in the state of Texas. There's one way to cure that, and that is if they get back to the state of Texas and make quorum today at a hearing that we have at 3 o'clock, they can cure themselves of any quid pro quo that would subject them to potential bribery charges.
All right, I like that. Now let's do that. Let's see where the money's coming from, because it's always follow the money. And Greg Abbott, it's time to put your foot down or your will down, whatever the fuck it is. And it's time to get these Democrats and hold them accountable for their bullshit actions. And if they're taking briberies or if they're doing anything, getting any kind of funds for skipping this legislative meeting, it's time to take them in, bro. It's time to take them in. Photo ops for all of them. Get all the other Democrats, get them all, round them up. They did that to Republicans. So yeah, let's do something. Let's check this out with Scott Jennings.
And it sounds like you all are supposed to gavel into your session in about an hour. Can you tell us, do you see any evidence the Democrats are coming back to do their jobs, or are they in trouble?
Well, howdy from Austin, Texas, Scott. Right now, all we're doing is hearing rumors. I'll tell you, the building's kind of quiet. There's a lot less blue-hair staffers walking around today. The Democrat offices are pretty empty. However, we are hearing some recent rumors that there may be 12 Democrats, maybe those who are smart enough to realize they don't want their seats commanded to be vacant, and they don't want to see $500 fines. They don't want us to come hunt them down and drag them back. So it's still an open question whether at 3 o'clock we will have a quorum, but if we don't, we're ready for that as well.
So help me understand the process here, Representative Kane. If the Democrats don't come back, if there is no quorum, is it your view, like the governor, that these seats can be declared vacant and then you would have a quorum? Is that how it would work?
Let's try and answer that one. A few things will happen today. If at 3 o'clock, when the bell rings and the roll is called, we don't have a quorum, we will immediately move a call of the House and lock the doors, and then begin to issue essentially warrants for their arrest for our sergeant arms to go and find them and bring them back. That $1 a day fine that we do not need quorum to even issue, it issues automatically under our rules. It cannot be paid for from their state account, and they can't use campaign funds for it either. Look, they're not just facing having their seats declared vacant and the governor then calling a special election. Maybe we can even fill some of those Republicans due to the tight command. They could even possibly be facing felony charges. They're risking bribery right now because they've left based on DC donors offering to pay their fines, and they've taken some funding clearly to take a private plane out of here. So they're facing a lot of trouble. They're claiming that it's about policy, right? They're telling you that they're standing up for, quote unquote, what they call democracy, but that's certainly anything but the truth. They're running away, and that's not what Texans do. We face fights head on.
Now, just so you know what a quorum is, it's a minimum number of members to make this valid. So if they don't have a quorum, then they're going to have to either fill up those seats or they're going to have to come get them and drag them back in chains. One of the two, just so the session could be valid and they could proceed. Now, I say yes, that's go the fucking extreme route. If they took money, like you're saying, if they took any money, time to lock them up. And it's time to prosecute. It's time to make an example out of these people. They did it to you. We saw it. We saw it the last 4 years. We saw it. So you might as well fucking fight fire with fire and start holding them to their own standards. Because, like they say, nobody's above the law. So nobody's above the law, bitch. It's time for you to fucking get some accountability coming your way. I hope Texas is going to redistrict, because that's going to be, I think they said, a minimum of like 2 seats Texas will receive. And that will be good for the state. I would like to see Texas turn more red. I would like Greg Abbott to hold their feet to the fire and tell them, if you're not going to show up, then we will replace you. And you're not doing your duties as a representative. We pay you enough fucking money. And if you can't do your job, then we'll get somebody to do it for you. And it's a bunch of spoiled fucking people just taking private jets. They couldn't take a regular one, right? They take private. Obviously, there's money being changed in this deal, and we need to follow the money. Like anything in life, follow the money, and it'll lead you to the truth. We all know that. It happens all the time. Let's go ahead and talk about Trump's Supreme Court case. Now, I'm really excited about this. This is one of the big ones. They're saying that Trump can fucking, if this goes through, Democrats could lose 30 fucking seats. One more time, 30. That's a lot of seats. Like I said in the very beginning, I do not think that we should be counting anybody that's not here legally. We shouldn't be counting these people. And I saw Anna from Young Turks trying to say, well, they live in America. They're not supposed to, though. That's not how things go. You can't fucking give more funding, more representation to people that shouldn't be here. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's like the Democrats when they argue all the time. No illegals are getting any public funds. No illegals are getting any federal funds. And then they put it in the bill and they're like, why are you putting that in the bill? They're not getting them anyways. Okay, if they're not getting them, you shouldn't worry. Like, what are we? What's going on? We know they're receiving them. And they proved it. Elon Musk with Doge in the beginning, he was proving like so many illegals, millions of them were getting financial support from our country, and that's terrible. I don't know why anybody would vote for that. I don't know why anybody would be okay with that. That is not the way we should run a country. People come in illegally and they get some funds, and then the American people struggle. Fuck that. America first, bitch. I'm America first all the way. We need to support each other first, and then when we get our shit together, because we don't have our own room clean right now, and then we could fucking kind of help other people out. That's the way I see it. I don't know how many of y'all think the same, but let me know. So I did want to watch this. This is Steve Miller talking to Hannity, I believe, and he's explaining how 30 seats might be up for grabs. And I think that's crazy. That's going to be a wild ride. I think Democrats are cooked if this goes on. For some of y'all that don't understand, now I have been saying this for a while. I was saying this during COVID. I remember during the open border policy, and I thought it was funny. And I ain't gonna lie, it was funny. Ron DeSantis, Greg Abbott, they were sending all these illegals to sanctuary cities, and the sanctuary cities were like, "Oh, why are you sending them here? We can't take care of them." And you saw Adams and the mayor of what was it, Beetlejuice, Lightfoot. What was her name? Lightfoot, I believe. Talking about they can't handle this influx of illegals, and we're like, yeah, welcome to our world, Texas, California, New Mexico, Arizona, all the border states, and they didn't care. They didn't give a shit. And they just kept bringing them in and voting for the same shit. One of the things I kept saying was, this is not a good idea, though, because they're going to just have a massive influx of people. And once the census comes out, they're going to have more congressional seats. And it's just going to help them in the long run, because we all know in those places, what's one thing that you can't do, especially like in California? You can't even ask for an ID. They don't want to see ID. They don't want you to be, they want to make it as easy as possible. And if you say, we need ID, we need paper ballots, we need people to fucking show that they're residents, that they're legal and they're able to vote, right away, what's the first word that's going to come out of their mouth? You racist motherfucker. And it's so ridiculous that this charade goes on. And here's Steve Miller.
The Democrats have gerrymandered this country beyond recognition. Republicans won in the biggest blue states about 40% of the vote in the last election. States like California and New York, according to the official tally, but only got 20% of the vote. So I'm talking about the House Republicans here. In 2024, House Republicans won a 3-time larger popular vote margin than in 2010. In 2010, they picked up 63 seats. In 2024, 4 seats. even though they won, again, a 3-time larger victory in the popular vote margin, House Republicans. At every level of this country, Illinois, Chicago, New York, Massachusetts, Democrats have gerrymandered the vote beyond recognition to try to maintain their advantage in the House elections.
Also, don't forget, they've been cheating by counting illegals and bringing illegals and advocating for illegals and everything else with illegals.
On top of that, let's not forget, Democrats rigged the 2020 census by including illegal aliens. Remember, they sued Donald Trump. They sued the administration. They fought tooth and nail to include illegal aliens in the census. 20 to 30 of House Democrat seats wouldn't exist but for illegal aliens. Texas is taking just a small corrective step against this ocean of fraud, this ocean of abuse by the corrupt Democrat Party, Sean.
There you go. And that is 100% true. They've been taking advantage of us for a long time, and we've been seeing it over and over and over. And it's time to do a correct census. It's time to actually see who are legal citizens. It's time to have the people that are citizens of this country vote for the representation that they want to have going forward. And there's no way that we could continue. There's no way we could continue. I'm all fucking now. There's no way we could continue by having people that shouldn't be here dictate on how we should proceed as a country, because these people don't have roots here. These people don't have our culture, and we want them to vote for what? It's just like, look at what's going on with Mamdani. He's not even from here. He's from Uganda. Why the fuck does he even have a chance to run the biggest city in our country? We have other people, Ilhan Omar. All these people are representatives, and they don't have our values. They don't have our culture, and they don't want it. They don't want to assimilate. They want to bring their shit that they came from over here. We saw that with that Democratic representative the other day when I did a video about it, where she was saying that she sees herself as a proud Guatemalan before she sees herself as an American. Well, get the fuck out of here, bitch. No reason for you to be here. If you see yourself as that, go to that fucking shithole Guatemala and go represent them, because that's who you are and that's who you represent. For me, I hate when people tell me like, oh, are you for Mexico? No, I'm American. I love America. Now, I do love Japan as well because my wife's from there. But I mean, first is always America first. I'm always going to be America first. I don't give a shit. I do like want Japan to succeed, and I do want Japan to be good. But I'm always going to be America first. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes. We both have like love for each other's country. So don't get me wrong. I mean, you can have love for another country. I have love for Japan, but you got to represent one. Who are you loyal to? I'm loyal to this one. This is my country. This is who I'm going to fight for. This is who I want to succeed and be number one on the fucking scale. And we're going to go ahead and check out this clip of Scott Jennings taking on the CNN panel of tards with Anna Kasparian. Anna Kasparian. Well, I don't like your name, Anna. I don't like that name. It's a hard fucking name. I think I said it right. If I didn't, I mean, whatever.
To do a mid-decade census and reapportion everything right now? What's he doing? Well, he certainly wants to do.
So just so y'all know, the census is supposed to be in 2030, but they're going to do like a trial run in 2025 to kind of see how the numbers are going. As we know, the last 4 years, we've had anywhere from estimates go from 10 to 20 to 30 million people come into the country during the Biden administration. So it's going to be skewed a lot. And Trump, what he's trying to do is he's trying to fight this and kind of get away and get the Supreme Court to rule that illegal immigrants should not be counted in there. And that's the argument that's going on right now.
Do the census in a way that doesn't count illegal aliens as part of the overall population for the purpose of determining congressional districts and federal funding. And I think he's going to have a lot of popular support for it. Now, I know there's a process they have to go through, and it would take a long time to do a census, but there is a widespread belief that Democrats want to keep the system in place that they have because it advantages them. I know that that's what they believe because a Democratic congresswoman from New York, Clark, the other day said out loud, I want more migrants in my district for redistricting purposes. And
that is true. That is true. I want more migrants for redistricting purposes, and we get more funding and more congressional seats. 100%.
So it's a political strategy of the Democrats. And I think the president's saying to the American people, why are we counting illegal aliens, unauthorized residents in this country when it comes to apportioning our political leadership?
So the census is going to be real messed up if the Supreme Court, which I don't know how the Supreme Court's going to rule. You're right. It's a very conservative Supreme Court.
Is messed up now.
We know how the left's going to rule. We don't know how the conservatives are going to rule. Exactly. That tells you who has more morals. Just a heads up.
Is it messed up? I mean, they're counting people who live in the United States.
There's no doubt that
conservatives don't like that it counts undocumented.
They can't vote, but it determines.
Anna, you mispronounced illegal. I just want you to know that.
Who gets to serve
every
in
census in history up until this point.
That's for sure.
No, it also determines who's in Congress, and it might mean 20 to 30 seats. That's why Democrats are in the middle of a high-speed come-apart right now.
Hang on that.
It's talking about 20 to 30 seats. Now, that's a big deal. That could, change the whole makeup of the country. That is insane. 20, 30 seats. 20, 30, you motherfuckers are out. That means Republicans could have a major majority in the House. That could change a lot of shit. That will be insane, and I'm all for it. Why? And like Anna said, oh, they don't like that they're doing undocumented. Bitch, they're illegal. And why would they get any kind of say so? Because supposedly they can't even vote, right? Illegals don't vote. That's a right-wing conspiracy. Come on now. Illegals don't vote. So why are they getting counted? That makes zero sense. And then let's put the game on. Let's expose the game. You have illegals in your big city, and you're gonna write the districts so the big cities can get a big portion of that. Then you get more congressional seats, and then you advocate for more illegals over and over, and then you become sanctuary cities and say you cannot send them home because we will not provide information. We will not work with ICE. We will not work with the federal government. So they have to stay here. And then you advocate for no ID to vote. And it should be open to everybody. And then on top of that, you were trying to make it 216. You wanted to make, like the UK's kind of pushing for that too. Oh, let's let 16-year-olds vote. Yeah. If it was up to me, you shouldn't vote unless you pay taxes, and not like you are putting in. I know some people say if you're paying like the federal government taxes, that means you're making a good amount of money. But I think if you don't have a job, you should not even be able to vote. If you don't have a job, one more time, you shouldn't be able to vote in my eyes. But you do all these things, you rig the game. Democrats push for open border policies, right? We've seen it. They do it all the time. You can't even fucking deport people that are murderers, rapists, molesters. You can't deport anybody. Allowing millions of illegals to enter the country. And once they're here, blue states and cities declare themselves sanctuary cities. That's what they do. Oh, we're a sanctuary city. We're going to make it impossible for local PD or local authorities to have any communications with the federal government when they have an illegal criminal. They're gonna make it almost impossible, right? And it's almost criminal at some points with the judges. Shielding these individuals from federal enforcement. Why? Because population counts, not citizenship. It's not about citizenship. It's about population. It's about how many people are in that little area that they district and they wrote up and everything else. That's how much representation they're going to get. Determining the representation in Congress and electoral votes. Now, more people, legal or not, means more seats in the House and more political power. We know this. The more people you have, that's going to give you more power. Then you have more power. With more power, you can make laws. You could shut down laws. You could implement new laws. And we've seen that. We see all the last 4 years where they were hunting down Catholics, and they were hunting down mothers and fathers for talking against their school boards on why they were teaching their kids about genderqueer and how to suck cocks at 7 years old. All this horrible shit. They would even have it to where they're reading the book and they're like, oh, that's inappropriate. But it's inappropriate for me to read the book to you when we're a bunch of adults in the town meeting, but it's not appropriate for my kids to go rent that book in the library. That makes zero sense. After boosting their numbers, they use gerrymandering to draw the districts to lock the Democratic control that's going to go on for decades. And that's what Texas is doing right now. They're like, okay, were you going to play that game? We'll play that game. We'll make it to where we're going to have more Republican seats. And this is only for the House, of course, because the Senate, you only get 2 per state. So no matter what, you're going to get 2 per state. This is the House. Democratic control for decades. Now, it's important, right, to import the population to your states, especially the bigger districts, so you can get more seats. And then protect them from deportation, protect them from ICE. Never deport them, no matter what the fuck they did, right? Then use to inflate the numbers and gain more representation and rewrite the political map. We see the game that they play. We see it over and over. It's constant. It's constant. They rewrite the maps. They hold political power. They use these fucking illegals as pawns, and they say, we're for you. well, we're for you. And then the American people, they convince them to think that they're for them as well. And it's been blatantly obvious since COVID, especially since the last 4 years. It's been obvious. It's been painfully obvious that they care about foreigners more than American citizens and their constituents. It's painful how obvious it is. And for those that can't see it, I don't know what to tell you anymore. There's just no convincing you and getting you out of the matrix, man. Just eat the steak, take the blue pill. I don't know what to tell you. But this is the game they play. And Trump's trying to fucking level the game out. And he's saying, you know what? We're not going to count illegals. Now, everybody should be okay with that. There should be no controversy, but there is, because there's always controversy, right? People, when they start to see Democrats losing 20, 30 seats after the census, they're gonna realize, wow, the fuck went on the last couple of years? How's this a thing? Because we showed you the game. They've been playing the game well. The Republicans been letting them play the game, and the American public been ignorant to the game. And the one thing is, it's time to level the playing field. It's time to actually have real elections. It's time to go to paper ballots. It's time to get off the Dominions machines that they've said over and over that can be hacked very easily. It's time to do in-person voting. Let's make voting a holiday, and let's have actual integrity in our voting process. Let's see the best man or woman wins. Let's see who the best one wins. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Everything, whatever you could do. Just know that you are listening. Comment. I want to talk with some of y'all. Even if you don't agree with me, comment. Let me know what you disagree with. Let me know what you agree with. Even if it's something good, if it's something bad, I don't care. Let me know. We'll discuss this. Well, I have some people on the show. If you want to be on the show, let me know. I would love to talk to you. We could have a conversation and see where it goes from there. Anything else? It is Friday night. Have a drink. Be with your families, the people you love, and be safe. Don't drink and drive, and have a good time. Peace.